My dear friend, thank you for being here in this moment. I know that the night can sometimes be the hardest time, when the world is quiet and we are alone with our thoughts, our feelings, our desires. What you are experiencing is not something to be ashamed of. It is simply part of being human, part of having a body and a mind that sometimes pull us in directions we did not choose. Tonight, I want to speak with you as one friend to another about understanding these urges that arise, especially in the quiet hours when we are alone. These desires are not evil. They are not sins. They are simply energy moving through you like wind moving through trees. The question is not how to fight this wind, but how to understand it, how to work with it, how to find peace even when it blows strong. First, let me say this clearly. You are not broken. You are not weak. Every person who has ever lived has experienced desires that felt overwhelming. The Buddha himself, before his awakening, experienced all the same human struggles. He taught that desire is part of life, and that freedom comes not from violence against ourselves, but from understanding. When a strong urge arises at night, the first thing that often happens is that we feel two desires, not one. There is the original desire itself, and then there is the desire to make it go away immediately. We start to fight with ourselves. We feel guilty. We feel frustrated. We might say harsh things to ourselves in our minds. My friend, this fighting only creates more suffering. It is like being caught in quicksand. The more we struggle, the deeper we sink. So what can we do instead? The first step is the hardest step, but also the most important. We must stop fighting. We must learn to observe what is happening inside us without immediately reacting. This does not mean we must act on every urge. Not at all. It means we create a small space between the feeling and our response to it. In that space, wisdom can grow. When you feel a strong desire arising, try this. Sit quietly for a moment, place your hand on your heart or on your belly. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Say to yourself gently and kindly, I see you, I feel you, you are here. This is what is true right now. You are not agreeing to act on the desire. You are simply acknowledging that it exists. This simple act of honest seeing can change everything. You see, my friend, desires become stronger when we try to push them away, when we pretend they are not there, when we fill ourselves with shame about them. It is like holding a ball underwater. It takes so much effort, and the moment we get tired, it bursts up to the surface with even more force. But when we simply let the ball float on the water, when we observe it without grabbing it and without pushing it away, it naturally settles. It loses its power over us. The Buddha taught something very beautiful about this. He said that everything that arises will also pass away. Every feeling, every thought, every desire, no matter how strong it seems in this moment, is temporary. It comes like a wave, and it will go like a wave. When you are in the middle of a strong urge, it can feel like it will last forever, like you cannot possibly bear it. But this is not true. If you have ever watched a craving carefully, you will notice that it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Even the strongest urge will eventually fade if you do not feed it with your attention and your actions. So when the urge comes at night, remember this truth. This too shall pass. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to fix anything. You can simply be present with what is, breathing slowly, being kind to yourself, knowing that this wave will eventually return to the ocean. Now, let me share something else that can help. Often, these urges at night are not just about the body. They are connected to something deeper. Perhaps you are feeling lonely. Perhaps you are feeling stressed or anxious about your life. Perhaps you are feeling disconnected from meaning or purpose. The desire that arises might be your mind and body's way of trying to feel something, to fill a gap, to soothe a pain that has nothing to do with the urge itself. Take some time in the daylight hours to look at your life with gentle honesty. Are you giving yourself enough genuine connection with others? Are you pursuing things that bring you real joy and meaning? Are you taking care of your basic needs for rest, for healthy food, for movement, for nature? Sometimes, when we fill our lives with what truly nourishes us, the nighttime urges become much quieter because we are not running on empty anymore. There is also something important to understand about nighttime itself. When we are tired, when the day is done, our willpower is naturally weaker. This is not a failure. This is simply how human beings work. It is much harder to make wise choices late at night than it is in the morning. So part of working skillfully with urges is not putting yourself in difficult situations when you are most vulnerable. This might mean going to sleep earlier. It might mean keeping your sleeping area simple and calm, without things that trigger desire. It might mean having a bedtime routine that settles your mind and body into peace rather than into restlessness. Let me share a practice that has helped many people. When you lie down at night before sleep, spend a few minutes doing this. Place your attention on your breathing. Feel the air coming in through your nose, filling your lungs. Feel it going out, releasing and relaxing. Do not try to change your breath. Just watch it like watching clouds move across the sky. If your mind wanders to desires or worries, this is completely normal. When you notice it has wandered, gently, without any judgment, bring it back to the breath. Again and again, with patience, with kindness. As you breathe, you can also do this. With each in-breath, say silently to yourself, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. With each out-breath, say, breathing out, I know I am breathing out. This simple practice brings you into the present moment. Desires live in imagination, in fantasy about the future. But the present moment, the actual now, is usually quite peaceful. When you anchor yourself here in the simple reality of breathing, desires lose some of their grip. You can also try this. As you breathe, send kindness to yourself. Breathe in and think, may I be peaceful. Breathe out and think, may I be free. Breathe in, may I be safe. Breathe out, may I be at ease. These are not just nice words. They are medicine for the heart. When you treat yourself with this kind of gentle care, something inside begins to heal. The harsh inner voice that says you are bad or wrong begins to quiet down. In its place grows a wise and compassionate friend who understands your struggles and wants to help you find real peace. My friend, I want you to understand something important. Managing urges is not about becoming stone, about having no feelings, no desires. It is about developing wisdom and freedom. It is about learning to be present with whatever arises and choosing your actions based on what truly serves your well-being and happiness, not based on impulses that come and go like weather. Sometimes you will succeed in sitting with an urge and letting it pass. Sometimes you will not. On the nights when you do not succeed, when you act on the urge even though part of you wishes you had not, please be kind to yourself. Beating yourself up, filling yourself with shame and regret, this does not help. It only makes everything harder. Instead, simply notice what happened. What were you feeling before the urge became overwhelming? What triggered it? What could you do differently next time? Learn from it like a scientist with curiosity, not like a judge with condemnation. Progress in this area is not a straight line. There will be good nights and difficult nights. There will be times when you feel strong and times when you feel weak. This is the nature of growth. Even a tree does not grow smoothly. It grows a little, then rests, then grows again. Be patient with yourself the way you would be patient with a small plant you are caring for. Remember also that you are not alone in this. Every person struggles with something. For some, it is desires at night. For others, it is anger or fear or sadness. We are all learning, all growing, all trying to find peace in this complex life. There is no shame in being human, in having challenges. The shame only comes when we believe we should be perfect, when we compare our insides to other people's outsides. As you continue on this path, be very careful about the content you put into your mind during the day. What you watch, what you read, what you listen to, these things create patterns in your mind. They are like seeds that grow into thoughts and desires later. If you fill your mind with things that stir up desire, then of course at night those desires will be stronger. Instead, try to fill your mind with things that bring peace, that inspire kindness, that connect you with what is beautiful and meaningful in life. And finally, my dear friend, know this. The goal is not to have no desires. The goal is to not be controlled by them. The goal is to have freedom, to be able to choose your actions based on wisdom rather than impulse. This freedom grows slowly through practice, through patience, through treating yourself with compassion every single day. When the urge comes tonight or tomorrow night or any night, remember what we have talked about. Stop fighting. Breathe slowly. Observe with kindness. Remember that this will pass. Touch your heart and send yourself love. You are doing the best you can. You are learning. You are growing. This is enough. May you find peace in the quiet hours. May you be gentle with yourself. May you discover the freedom that comes from understanding rather than fighting. May you know that you are worthy of love and respect, exactly as you are, with all your struggles and all your beauty. Namo Buddhaya.